Good people, Razer continues to dominate in 2020. Their peripherals are back in a serious way. It started with the Huntsman TE, then we got the Razer Viper, the Viper Ultimate are fantastic, and now the Razer Viper Mini mouse is everything I expected the Mini Viper version to be, but with an appetizing and almost skeptically low price of $39. This is half the price of the original Viper, and it's one of the cheapest Razer products, and it's also cheaper than certain RGB mouse mats. Now, the standout feature on all the Viper mice is the body. They managed to deliver a good quality feel and lightweight frame, but without introducing cutouts or holes in the shell, something that is very common among the super lightweight options. But Razer is lagging behind on color variations, as Vipers are only available in black. Oh no! So in this video, let's go over who this mouse is for and how does it compare against the small and lightweight competition like the glorious Model O- and the MM711 or 710. But TLDW, if Razer continues with this momentum in the peripheral space, I hope that their audio products are next, because they're starting to dominate with mice. The new Phanteks P300A enclosure is a great value airflow focused frame thanks to the all new mesh front panel that is a single piece of metal for highest mesh area and durability. The inside is nice and simple, plus an exhaust fan is included. Check out the P300A down below. Alright, so let's get all the data on the table. The Razer Viper Mini is a 61 gram mouse, the lightest in the Viper collection, and really close to the O- and the MM711, both of which cost a bit more. Shape-wise, it's a mini Viper, but with several physical changes to cut on the cost, like the non-textured sides, so the entire exterior has the same feel. This actually might be a good thing, as side grips over time might peel. Still, Series is particularly bad in this regard. The illuminated logo is no longer hidden behind the surface, but that's not really a drawback. And we also have a new bottom firing LED strip that looks quite good. The DPI button is now behind the scroll wheel instead of the bottom, and the sensor in here is a Pixar 3359 with DPI up to 8500 instead of 16000 on the more expensive Vipers, but that's about it. Despite the low price, all the basics are covered, including build quality. It's a very light and plastic frame but doesn't creak. My only complaint are the glossy crevices in the center of the shell that collect junk and are not very easy to clean. The cable is quite soft and flexible, very similar to the MS711, which is currently my favorite cable. And finally, the mouse feet are large 100% PTFE, giving us extremely smooth glide, but are not interchangeable with the custom feet from the original Viper. So for $39, the Razer Viper Mini is a no-brainer if this thing fits your style and hand size. So for reference, here's my hand next to the mouse, and this particular small shape and weight is not going to be for everyone because the long and skinny body is actually quite difficult to control with large hands like mine, so I feel both the Viper Mini and the O- from Glorious are not for me because they're too skinny. So for example, I often activate the right mouse button with my ring finger because the mouse isn't wide enough for me, but for smaller hands, this is a nice shape for either claw or fingertip grip, and I see no reason to choose the more expensive Model O- unless you want the honeycomb shell and like the extra color options. The scroll wheel is excellent, tactile steps with light middle click, we got comfy grooves on primary switches that are optical to avoid double clicking and rated at 50 million clicks, and the side buttons are only on the left side that don't protrude much but click nicely. So that is another drawback with the Viper Mini, as we no longer have the browser buttons on the right side as we did with the Viper and the Viper Ultimate. So given my inability to properly grab the mouse, as I much prefer the larger shape of the Viper and the Viper Ultimate, I wasn't fully comfortable with control and aim correction, but regardless, performance is excellent. Even though the sensor is a lower tier versus the original Viper, it is absolutely enough for anything you throw at it. But one strange thing I did notice was the weight, as it just felt too light, while I have no problem using the MM710 that is much lighter at 53 grams, but because it fits my hand perfectly, I don't really see the lightweight nature to be an issue.
1 minute remaining. Keep going, the day is almost finished. We have a personal radar drone ready for escort. HQ is out. No reinforcements available. Cluster strike ready for launch. Copy. Falcon 3 on personal radar coverage. The French.
As for Razer Synapse, it's all the same with 5 DPI profiles and color effects, plus surface calibration that does help with liftoff distance. The last thing I will say about the Viper Mini is the price at $39. It is currently the cheapest small and light mouse that is currently available, and that coming from Razer, I mean, what? It almost makes the original Viper feel overpriced. If the Mini suits your style, I say go for it, but don't discount the Cooler Master MM711 or the 710, because the wider shape and a slightly shorter body does give me an advantage in game, like just being able to hold the mouse and have a lot more control versus something that is so skinny like the Viper Mini or the O-. And I'm sure many are patiently waiting for the Viper Mini Ultimate, the wireless iteration that 100% will complement the whole Viper collection. Alright guys, I'm Dmitry, thanks so much for watching. Which mouse are you using, and is this thing appealing to you? I mean, at $39, if you are looking for a light and small mouse, this is 100% recommended. And yeah, I'm Dmitry, thanks so much for watching. Check out this other relevant content, subscribe for more, I'll talk to you in the next video.